Someone recently asked me how I mineralize my distilled water. Currently, I'm using about 30 drops of the Omica brand Cell Balancer. This is fulvic acids, bioflavonoids, and trace minerals. Cell Balancer is a proprietary natural formulation of concentrated fulvic and ancient inland ocean minerals bonded with seaweed-derived calcium, magnesium, and bioflavonoids. Directions: 32 drops diluted in water or other beverage dispersed throughout the day. May also be used to revitalize drinking water by adding up to 20 drops per gallon of water. Typically speaking, I add about 30 to 40 drops of this to my distilled water, and then I will add a piece of clear quartz to that water and let it sit in the moonlight. I also, ladies and gentlemen, for the next probably 90 days, I'm going to be taking a B complex again. I take B vitamins. Yes, I do. People say, oh, those are synthetic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, synthetic vitamins work. I'm so tired of hearing people say that, I only get my nutrition from my food. Well, unfortunately, due to the toxic soils and the bastardization of the Earth's ecosystem through things like acid rain, those fruits, those vegetables, even the meat that you're eating does not contain anywhere near as many minerals and vitamins, trace constituents, micronutrients, phytonutrients in it, you name it. So synthetic vitamins are the next best thing in a toxic world where it's very difficult to get adequate levels of nutrition in your diet from the system. The system is not here to take care of you, ladies and gentlemen. The system is not here to tend to the soils properly and make sure that, the foods aren't sprayed with pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, glyphosate, you name it. No, the system is here like a drug cartel to fulfill a demand. Have you ever looked up the avocado industry or the banana industry and seen how corrupt these industries are, ladies and gentlemen? The banana industry alone is doing so much, not only environmental damage, but people are losing their lives. The banana industry, and as well as the avocado industry, is like a drug cartel. People aren't aware of the blood that it takes to get their food to their doorstep, to get their food that they eat to the supermarket. Just because something's vegan, just because something's, a fruit or a vegetable or a grain, doesn't mean that there wasn't massive amounts of environmental toxicity as well as animal deaths to get that food on your table. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just look at this really quick since I just brought this up. So you eat, let's just say, for instance, you eat soy. Have you ever seen what they do to create a plot of land to, grow soy? To make soy, ladies and gentlemen, or to grow soy, they decimate wooded land. They decimate forest. And they completely clear out the land. They wipe out all the trees. They wipe out all of the animals. They kill all of the wildlife. Then they destroy the soils, ladies and gentlemen. They flatten all the land out, acre after acre, so that they can grow monocrops on these now completely flattened out pieces of land. They do that with all the crops, ladies and gentlemen. Where do you think your bell peppers come from? Where do you think your avocados come from? Where do you think your celery and your corn and your wheat and everything else that you eat comes from? It comes from it comes from plots of land that were once beautiful, lush greenery. And they decimate this stuff so that they can grow monocrops. And on top of that, folks, it's often done with soils that are overly mineralized, overly mineral toxic. They use the wrong form of minerals. I think I can hear someone out front walking around. What am I getting at? I'm getting at the system is fucked. The system is corrupt. If you want to start getting healthy, I recommend, ladies and gentlemen, that you try to generate as much food on your own that you can. Because the system is not only... It's just really gross what they've done to the earth. Again, something known as ecocide. I'm going to bring up a definition here of ecocide really quick, ladies and gentlemen. Ecocide. Put screen capture on. I just want you to be able to read this definition because it's really powerful. A lot of people aren't aware of what this is, but ecocide. Ecocide is the destruction of the natural environment, especially when willfully done. Ecocide is criminalized human activity that violates the principles of environmental justice, such as causing extensive damage or destroying ecosystems or harming the health and well-being of a species. It has not been accepted as an international crime by the United Nations. Of course not. So, I mean, that's great that people go vegan. That's great that people are plant-based. But to think that you don't pose any threat to the well-being of the earth is absolute insanity. And I fell for this once as well. This idea that if you're vegan, that you're doing less harm to the earth than if you eat animals. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's just look at it logically. If you actually hunted and you killed one cow, that cow could last you potentially maybe 6 months to even a year in just eating one animal. What do you think happens when the wheat threshers go through the wheat field and displace hundreds of rabbits and kill thousands of mice and insects? Have you ever seen how they keep predators out of fields? They kill them, and it's often in a really brutal way. There's all sorts of different environmental issues with monocrop agriculture, with growing massive amounts of crops in this unnatural way that we do here in the Matrix. Vegan food is not always, it's oftentimes not environmentally friendly, ladies and gentlemen. And I know that may conflict with some people's belief systems. I don't care. I'm here to do the best to give out the truth so that you can you can potentially use it to change your life for the better. Try to generate as much food on your own that you can, ladies and gentlemen. Like, for instance, I'm doing my best to grow tons of sprouts and to try to get as much of my produce that I can, that I eat, from making it in the home. I recently posted a video on YouTube, and I've got a lot of content here on the Patreon page where I talk about creating a sprouting garden, an indoor one where you can grow sprouts year round. You can grow greens indoors year-round, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to personally thank you for watching my videos and contributing to the growth of my channel. I could not do this without you, and your interest in my content is truly what motivates me and fuels my passion for making these videos and spreading my message. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I wanted to remind you that this channel is a free educational tool that is listener supported, and if you would like to donate to my channel and donate to my cause, help make my life a little bit easier and help keep the lights on around here, you can do so by checking out the links in the description box below. There's a handful of not only ways to donate to my channel, but I also have links to different websites and different videos of mine, as well as my Amazon store, where you can check out a plethora of different health-related products that I use and recommend. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your continued interest in my message, and until next time, peace be with you all.